Hi, my name is Jessica Taylor.
Hello, I'm Ca-Lishea Woods.
Hi, I'm Emilie Zdansky.
Hi, I'm Portia Truesdale.
And we are Team 6 discussing our ideas on the Horizon Reports. Overall, I like that we have a lot of different editions to choose from, yet they kind of still touch on the same topics. I like that each of them give insight on the technological advances to come within the years, and they also have a actual visual of a timeline of the technology that's getting ready to come out and the new trends that are coming into play. So technology is ever growing, and so I think it's very important that we're staying on top of it, no matter what our field is of choice as far as our profession, just to know what's coming up. And that aligns with standard number 2, part D of creativity and innovation, and just identifying trends and forecasting possibilities based on that. Also, along with knowing different trends and things that are popular, it goes with redesigning learning spaces, which was also a big topic. And just understanding that classes are now more tech savvy. I think the traditional way of teaching is kind of fading away as far as like having chalkboards and desks. Now all you have is smart boards and work centers and computers and things like that. So just understanding what this generation adapts to and likes, and then just changing the learning spaces based on that. Also, just understanding students are creators and letting them plan their own education through technology, since it's something they're used to, just allowing that to be an avenue to introduce new learning to them. And that aligns with standard 1, part D, of just using virtual environments to make the students feel like the creator of their own learning. Also, the bring your own device topic is really big in the Horizon reports, which used to be, hated back in school when you weren't allowed to have a computer or a phone out, but now teachers actually welcome it, and they're using something popular, familiar for students to introduce and to learn new things. So that aligns with standard 3, part B, and engaging in real learning using actual digital resources. And also, topic of personalization was a big thing as well. Just customizing technological experiences so that the visitor feels welcome, learning everything that they like and things that draw their attention, and putting that into a web-based system just so that the information and technology reaches them. And that aligns with standard 3 as well, of just collecting data and identifying solutions based on that.
Okay, so when I was going through the reports, I really glommed on to the K-12 edition from 2016, and what caught my eye was that personalized learning is considered a wicked challenge. And I thought it was funny because I'm a part of a personalized learning program in my school district. And so last year I taught in a more traditional classroom, and this year is my first year with that program. And our school was one of the pilot programs for this in the state and in the country. And so in that K-12 report, it mentioned that Facebook was helping a California charter school named Summit, and that's who we work with in order to ensure that the curriculum goes out to the students. We communicate with the Facebook engineers for things that teachers need on our end through our technology that we use. And so kind of going with what Jessica was saying about how a traditional classroom is sort of falling away, it's kind of like a spectrum. And to me, personalized learning is on the far end of that spectrum, because we're not really teachers, we're more facilitators and helping the kids use the technology to learn what they need to for the school year. And so it was interesting to me that even though personalized learning is a wicked challenge, rethinking the role of the teacher was considered a solvable challenge. And for me, what I noticed is that that's one of the hardest things, is changing your mindset as a teacher from how you teach and how students learn to being more about allowing the students to use the technology to gain the information, and then we help make sure that they're using it and learning what they need to, and filling in the gaps whenever what they learn from their personalized learning platform isn't getting everything they need. And so to me, that was pretty interesting, especially when you look at how it's going to affect higher education. And it also mentioned about changing the way classrooms are and different ways of using technology even in colleges. And so it's an interesting trend to me that I noticed, but I especially was interested in the personalized learning part.
Yeah.
So the Horizon reports that I chose during our contract reading agreement were a lot to involve with higher education learning. I kind of differ from, I feel like, a lot of people in this course, just because I've never worked in a school before. I work for Microsoft. So my students are anywhere from the ages of 21 and older, and I work kind of more in a corporate setting. So the one that I really latched onto is the ISTE, was the Facilitate and Inspire Student Learning and Creativity. Since a lot of our learners are a little bit on the older side than what you would see in the K through 12 realm, a lot of our stuff has to do with promoting and supporting model creativity and innovation thinking and innovativeness. A lot of the workshops that we teach are anywhere from Microsoft Office, so Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Outlook, Access, and Publisher. So that's kind of a lot of what I do. I feel like those Horizon reports can relate back to my current role at Microsoft through learning about the higher education learners. So a lot of the reports, anywhere from like 2007, I think there were some that I saw, and then all the way up to 2017, there were quite a difference for the timelines. And just like Jessica and Ca-Lishea talked about, even though I don't work in a traditional classroom, the traditional classroom is still fading. With us, we are kind of the creators of technology whenever it comes to using Windows, whenever it comes to using technological products. We do utilize that on a daily basis, and we actually teach classes on how to utilize that to teachers and run teacher workshop academies at our store. So with that, I think we are kind of the definition of creativity and innovation whenever it comes to getting into the, if you want to call it, new world in the classroom.
And where I am, it is traditional, unfortunately. It's not, and we would like to move forward, and we would like, but because of limited funds and resources, we just try to do it. But the kids are bored, because the kids, they want the technology. Mm-hmm. They embrace the technology. So it's quite, that to me, that's and in the Horizons, it also mentioned that being a challenge, that the availability of the resources, globally as well as here in the U.S. So because I'm really I'm focused as well on K-12 and as far as the ISTE standards, facilitating the student learning, creativity, collaborative learning, the blended learning. I want to push that, so we really need more of our grant writers on the district level, as well as us teachers to, maybe write grants to get the technology that we need to facilitate learning, because the students would embrace it.
I agree. Together, and we could figure out how to use our stuff together and just make all of our jobs even better for each other.
Yes.
Yes. Because even with the Gen Z reports and how the younger generation feels as if, why should I go through all of that as far as mathematics is concerned to get to the answer when the calculator or the technology can provide that, and that way I can be more of a, more resourceful, I can be creative, and and I agree, I must agree.
Oh gosh, that's so I'm a math teacher, and so the reason that I like the personalized learning is it really focuses on the ITSE standard for critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. Mm-hmm. Our students, it's mostly project-based learning. Even with math, they have to do these concept units where even though they know how to do things in the calculator, most of their grade comes from them explaining how to get those answers to improve their own critical thinking and problem solving. Because a lot of them are good with skills, but getting them to be able to think through something and be logical, that's a whole nother animal.
Right, I agree.
Okay, well, thanks everybody. This was Team 6 and this was our discussion, and we will be doing this again next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.